are you considering using or drafting an executive order to extend FISA or to continue using Section 702?
Well, Congress wants me to do it, and let's see what happens there right now.
Republican leadership wants you to do it.
I put out a statement, sure. It's
Do you
very
think you have
important.
the
It's
executive-
very important for our military.
That's President Trump revealing his next steps after the House failed to pass an extension of the Foreign Intelligence Surveillance Act, or FISA. 19 Republicans joined nearly all the Democrats to reject the measure, despite the president's urging to move it forward. Much of the dispute over the president's one-time choice of Bill Pulte for acting director of national intelligence. But the president has now formally nominated former SEC chairman and current U.S. attorney for the Southern District of New York, Jay Clayton, for the role. Joining me now is Florida Congressman Randy Fine, a member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. Congressman, good to see you. Thanks very much for being here. And the House is not expected to vote again on this until June 23rd, ensuring Section 702 will expire for the first time since it was enacted in 2008. Your thoughts?
Well, I think it's a very scary time as the World Cup is coming to the United States with multiple Super Bowl level security instances. I think going dark from an intelligence perspective was a terrible decision. And the Democrats did this for political reasons because they didn't like a temporary staff appointment that the president was going to make. So I think to put our national security at risk over this was a terrible decision. And I will pray, as I hope all Americans will pray, that nothing bad happens in the next several weeks.
Well, that is just incredible. I mean, what risks we take because of these politics. A group of House Republicans, meanwhile, reportedly meeting with Secretary of War Pete Hegseth at the Pentagon to discuss military funding in a potential Reconciliation 3.0. Where are you on that? I mean, this meeting follows President Trump's Truth Social post calling on Republicans to pass that bill. He would like it to combine $350 billion in defense spending with the Save America Act, voter ID and citizenship verification requirements, Congressman. Your thoughts?
Well, I absolutely support it. Look, we have to rebuild our military after the conflict we've had. We need Save America. We're seeing elections being stolen in front of our very eyes. But the other thing I hope goes in the new reconciliation bill is things that deal with waste, fraud, and abuse, like, for example, what we've seen in Minnesota. There is so much money being robbed from the American taxpayer in many of these welfare programs. We can easily pay for all of these things, and we can get it done with just Republican votes.
Yeah, I mean, I spoke with the majority leader in the Senate, John Thune, this week about why he can't get the Save America Act across the finish line and why it is that the president's agenda seems to be upended time and time again. Here's what he said. Watch. People want to be able to have rules in place that you show ID, that you have proof of citizenship to vote. How come we can't get this across the finish line?
Well, because we don't have the votes. And for me, it's a function of math. And we are, and it's a popular issue with the American public, but the Democrats in the Senate have block voted against many of the things you just mentioned, and we have put those votes on the floor. The issue with respect to the parliamentarian is one where, even under reconciliation, it has to be principally about budget and not policy. And Save America would not be at a 51 vote threshold. It would be at a 60 vote threshold under the rules.
Your thoughts?
Yeah, I think this is an excuse, to be perfectly honest. I think they could do an old-fashioned Mr. Smith goes to Washington filibuster. Yeah. It might take them a few days. It might take them a few weeks. But I do believe there are 50 Republican votes in the Senate, and I don't know why they're not willing to do the work to get that done. If we can't trust our elections, our entire democracy is at stake. And I just got an absentee ballot in Washington, D.C. from someone I've never heard of at my address. I mean, we've got real issues in our elections, and there's no excuse not to get this thing passed.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I think the American people agree with you as well. It's ridiculous, frankly, that I feel like the Senate doesn't take this seriously.
No,
the president, meanwhile, called off planned military strikes in Iran after a breakthrough, he said, in negotiations. The president did not share many details on this agreement, and he says he expects it to be finalized perhaps over the next couple of days, Congressman. But we've been here before. You're on the Foreign Affairs Committee. Your thoughts on where we are in terms of the U.S. and Iran coming to an agreement?
Well, I think you're dealing with bad people on the other side. People who for 47 years have not only said death to America, but have killed thousands of Americans. But I also trust Donald Trump. And I know if anyone can get this done, it is him. I place my faith in him. And I know this is an incredibly difficult thing. And the only thing I wish is that people would support the president more as he's trying to do something that will protect us all. Because Iran having a nuclear weapon would be catastrophic to the United States. And I just wish the Democrats understood that and would support the president as he's fighting for all of us.
Yeah, all very good comments there, Congressman. Thanks so much for being here this morning. Good to talk with you. Thank you, sir. Randy Fine on all of that.